In this series of lessons, I'm going to be talking about simple golf. So this is part one of a 4-part series talking about simplifying your golf. Today's video is going to be about pre-swing thoughts to just do it golf. Stay tuned for more info. Welcome back to the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me, Jon Watts, today at Branston Golf and Country Club. Today's video, as I mentioned in the intro, is part one of a 4-part series, and today's video is on the golf course, and we're going to be talking about pre-swing thoughts to just do it golf. So I'm going to go into what I mean by that. So I'm going to be focusing here on a tee shot, but this would be relevant with anything. So if I just go ahead and tee this one up, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set myself a line a couple of feet behind the golf ball, or a couple of yards behind the golf ball. And what I'm going to be doing is having my swing thoughts and practice swings this side of the line. When I step over that, I get into my Nike zone, my just do it zone, where I'm focusing much more on targets. I found it quite interesting watching some golf from Sawgrass with Rory McIlroy, who just won this year. It was fantastic to see him get over the line, but they were talking a little bit about Francesco Molinari, who's obviously had a couple of real fantastic years. And he's doing some work with a fascinating guy called Dave Aldridge. So they spend some warm-up time with his coach Dennis Pugh working on speed and power, and then they spend some time with Dave focusing on real small targets. They get out of really the technical part of it with the golf swing, what he's trying to do, and they're just pinpointing, laser sighting almost targets, trying to be very exact. It's not just I'm aiming down there. They're picking a leaf on a tree. They're trying to pick the smaller target, the possible. And that's what I want you to do. So this side of it is, if you're having any pre-swing thoughts, whatever that might be, you're doing it this side of the line here. And I'm going through my routine. This is where I have my practice swings. This is where I'm working on whatever it might be. So that might be the feeling of, like a video I did recently, keeping my back to the target, allowing my arms to drop. So I may feel that here a couple of times, but when I cross that line, I lose my swing thoughts and I'm just focusing on a target and I'm hitting it. I'm not thinking about my golf swing, so I'm doing my thought process behind here. I may even start to do my alignment part back here. So pick an exact spot that I'm going to be focusing on, pick something, an intermediate target in front of me. Again, when I cross that line, I'm really just getting into doing it. So let me go ahead and try one here. Pre-swing thought behind the line. That feeling for me I'm going to take is that back facing the target. Doesn't matter what yours is, it's how relevant it is to you. Pinpoint your target that you're going to be focusing on. So I've picked a particular branch in a tree, a little V in a tree that I've got up the left side of the fairway, and I've got something to aim over. When I cross that line, I'm into my Nike just do it zone. I'm not thinking about swing thoughts. I'm really just focusing on my target and where I want to hit that golf ball. If I can imagine the shape of the ball flight, that would be great. Nice. I'll take that drive. Now, ordinarily, I was talking you through a little bit there. I wouldn't spend that long in this zone. So I want you to actually be a bit more like Rory. It was fantastic. I thought that drive he hit on the 18th, I hope you saw it, was just amazing. He pulled that driver. There was no doubt in his mind. He was getting on with the job. He was looking at his target. He pulled the trigger. You know, there was all that water up that left side. The wind was hurting. You know, there was one shot lead with all that water there on a tough par 4, and he just got the job done. You know, he hit a driver. He didn't think about the water. He didn't think about the trouble. He obviously had an exact target spot and he got on with it. So you'd have your pre-swing thoughts, anything you're thinking about or feeling this side of the line. Once you've crossed that line, we're into our just do it zone. We are setting up, looking at our target, and then bam, we're pulling the trigger. We don't want to stay too long in this just do it zone, filling our head with other thoughts. Once we cross that line, we're just going to do it. You know, so that is the area for thinking. This is the area for just doing. If you can take that to the golf course, it's really going to help your game. If you are someone where you're clouded with too many swing thoughts, or you're taking too long over the golf ball, and that's a lot of golfers, this is really going to help you. Try and imagine that line, do your thinking there, cross that line, just get on with it. Look at your target and go. Trust yourself. I think that's the big key word there, trust yourself. And that's what Rory McIlroy is so fantastic at, especially with a driver in his hand, is just pulling the trigger, trusting his swing. Now, I know we haven't got the same capabilities of him, but you've got to trust with what you've got on the day there. If this video has helped, make sure you give us a thumb up. Do subscribe to the channel and make sure you check out even, I'll put my teeth back in, the other videos in this series that are really going to help you on simplifying your golf. Cheers.